Hi, I'm Terry with King Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. Today a customer has asked us to replace a hose bib that extends out of his home with a new ball valve, quarter turn valve that's a sweat-on valve to replace the washer and seat type hose bib. First thing we have to do is to shut the water off to the home so no water is coming out of the hose bib itself. What we need to do is actually heat this hose bib up. It is a sweat-on fitting, so we can actually melt the solder and pull the hose bib off of the wall. Make sure whenever you are determining what gas to use for your flame, use a hot gas. MAP gas is the preferred gas for this type of a job. It will be a lot hotter than propane. Propane will not get the job done. The fitting is very hot. Make sure you use some insulated pliers, some way to not touch it with your hands. It's going to be very, very hot. Now at this point what we have to do is to make sure that the fitting that we are going to attach back to, which right here is 1/2-inch copper, is very clean and cleared of all debris, paint, anything that's on there, so we can make a good tight fitting. What you want to use is an abrasive sandpaper, some kind of sandcloth. Usually plumber sandcloth is very good. And you just begin to clean the fitting itself. Like I say, of all paint, old solder, anything that you can get off of it, to make sure you see only the copper pipe. As you can see, it's coming off very nicely. This is a nice abrasive sandpaper. It works really well. There we go. That looks very nice. Along with cleaning the pipe, you obviously need to clean the fitting also. Now to get on the inside of the fitting, you need to use a wire brush just for this type of situation. You just rotate it a few times back and forth. Usually new fittings, you don't necessarily have to be clean, but it's always a good idea just to ensure that you get a proper seal. The next step would be to use the proper flux paste to put on the fittings and the pipe in order to get the fitting and the pipe to join together better whenever the solder is added. So be liberal with it. You're not going to hurt anything by using too much of this. Put it on the fitting, put it on the pipe itself. It cleans the pipe again, and it allows it to the solder to adhere to it much better. The next step would be to actually install the new hose bib onto the pipe. Just slide it on, get it to where it needs to be. We'll take a look at it, make sure it's straight. That looks pretty good right there. And then again, we apply the heat to melt the solder. Try not to use too much solder. You're just going to waste a lot of it. And once you get it heated and the solder flows into the joint, you can always take some flux, clean the joint up a little bit. Once it's clean and it's not so hot any longer, you can take a rag and wipe off the excess flux, and it'll shine the fitting right up. Now that we've got the water on, we've turned it back on at the main water supply. Let's see how well it works. Very nice. Quarter turn on, quarter turn off. Job well done. I'm Terry with King Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning. Quality, dependable service.